Hello everyone, I'm here. I'm waiting for you guys to join me. So our class starts now. It's already 4 p.m. on the dot. Oh, good. Okay, good. So I see some of you are trying to join now. So I'll be here. Give you 5 minutes for everybody to join. Then we'll start. That's good. Hello, Yetola, Rachel, you're welcome. Hello, you're welcome. How are you? How are you? How are you? I'm greeting you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, Yetola Rachel. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, let me see chat and send you a chat. Welcome, guys. If you can hear me, let me know. Are you hearing me at all? Hello? Rachel, can you hear me? Wave your hand if you can hear me. Wow. Guys, let me know if you can hear me. Hello? Can you hear me? Wave your hand if you can hear me. Hello, Rachel. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to I think we have, okay, we still have 2 minutes more to fill the 5 minutes time I'm giving people. I don't know how you guys are having problem with sharing. I've used this thing to do a meeting before, and I think people could hear me. So I don't know why you guys are having difficulty. I guess it should be your devices. So I'll give you, I think I still have 2 more minutes to give you guys to be able to join up. So once you can join, let me know, please. I want you guys. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Okay. It's 4:04 now. Once it's 4:05, the class will kick off. I'm waiting for you guys to connect, and I don't know why all of your audios are giving you issues. But I want you to say in the chat if you can hear me. Please, I see you use this device to do a meeting yesterday, Zoom meeting yesterday, so I know the audio is working. I know the audio is working, so if you can hear me, please let me know. Once you can hear me, please let me know. Please introduce yourself. Then once you can hear me, let me know, please. Hello, are you guys hearing me? Wow. Hello. My speaker is working, my audio is working, so can you hear me, please? Can you hear me? I want somebody to tell me. Oh, you can't hear me. No, mine is working. I've used this to do a meeting just now. Please, my audio is working. Please check from your end. Are you guys still not hearing me? Are you hearing me now? Are you guys hearing me now? Are you hearing me now? You can hear me? You can hear? Hello, can I start now? You can hear me? You can hear? Somebody talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Can you hear me? Okay, unmute your mic and tell me if you can hear me now.
I can hear you, Mike. I can hear you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so let me start now. You can mute your mic now so that I can start now. Thank you very much. So my name is Omolara Nwabweze, and we are going to be what we are going to be doing. Wow. So we are going to be talking about ENG421, new trends in syntax. Actually, I was hoping I could be able to get to the what was it called now? To the magic board to do this, but somehow I could not, and it's already time. So I said I didn't want to waste you guys' time. So we are going to start now and just use this slideshow to do the teaching now. So my name is Omolara Nwabweze. I say each person as you come in, just introduce yourself and mute your mic. Okay, Rejoice Colony, you want to tell me something? Okay, so go ahead, mute yourself and talk. Rejoice. Rejoice. Yeah. Unmute yourself and talk. So Rejoice, unmute yourself. Is there an issue? Rejoice.
Hello, ma.
Okay, please. Okay, go ahead.
My name is Progress Ijiba.
Okay.
I'm a student of now Apapa Special Studies Center, 400 level.
Oh, very good. You're welcome.
Thank you, ma.
Okay. So who else is introducing that? So you can mute your mic once you are finished introducing yourself.
Okay,
Which
ma.
other person? Okay, Rejoice, you raised your hand. Rejoice, you raised your hand. Can I hear what you want to say? Rejoice. Unmute your mic. Okay.
Okay, sorry. Actually, I wasn't hearing you. So, good afternoon, ma. I wasn't hearing you, so I raised my hand because I thought the issue was coming from your device, but I discovered that it was mine, so I set it.
No, it's your device. I used it to do meeting in Abuja with Abuja office yesterday, so I know it is not from here. And I've even used it to do another meeting today.
Yes.
Okay. So please, everybody check your device.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have any audio issue, it should be yours. You can mute your mic now. So I guess we can start now. Is that okay? I thought something.
Okay,
I told everybody to introduce themselves, but some people did, some people did not. Oh, yeah, Tola Rachel, you came on board.
Okay.
You did not talk. Okay, Rejoice, you want to say something?
Yes, I just want to introduce.
Hello,
I heard
ma'am.
what you said. We didn't
Yes,
introduce
ma'am. Good morning.
ourselves.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay.
I want to introduce myself.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. The audio has gone. Okay, no problem. Anyway, I can see all your names here. So I can see Rejoice Kolomi. I can see Etola Rachel. I can see
Yes.
Progress Ijigba. There are your Motola. I can see you. Okay, that's great. So somebody else is trying to connect. Okay, so let's start, and I will use the whole of the day to do that. So can we start now? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. So you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
mute your mics now.
Yes.
You can mute
Okay.
your mic now so that I go. So I said my name is Professor Iyabode Nwabweze. I'm the professor of English in the Department of Languages, National Open University of Nigeria. And I want to assume that if you're in this class means you are likely to be my student. When your mic is not muted, mute your mic, please. Thank you. So is the mic I said you should mute. Your mic is up again. Yeah, good. Your mic is off now. Okay, so we are in the class ENG421, New Trends in Syntax. And as you're going to see, essentially, what are we talking about when we talk about this course is that the time is a 3 credit unit course. So I want to just talk about give you the overview. Then I will try and do unit 1. Hopefully, I will be looking at my time and see that how we can make sure we stay within time. Yeah, we are just 12 minutes into the class. So then it has a prerequisite. I want to believe if you have done this, I am assuming anyway. There's no way you could have been here without you having done ENG221 and ENG222. Am I correct? You can raise your hand or you just type in a chat if you agree with me. There's no way you'll be here now if you did not do these ones. And this was a prerequisite to this course. And what it means is that you actually have done the other traditions in grammar. You have been introduced to language generally. Then also you have been introduced to syntax. And you have been introduced to the traditions of syntax, such as the traditional grammar, the basic, the systemic functional grammar. You have also encountered what is it called now? This guy in the US, what is his grammar now? No, not systemic now. You have systemic is functional. So you have got in contact with all these other grammars before now. Now that built and prepare you for what you have, and also transformation generative grammar, especially the PSG, the phrase structure grammar. And I think 222 actually dealt with GB syntax to an extent. So what we are going to do is to build on it. So all these core courses you have done in your 200 level. So what we are doing now is to build on it. So I don't expect anything I'm going to say today will be strange to you. I expect that by now you would have gotten in contact with some of these things and should be able to actually build on them. So this one we are going to be talking about is a modern theory of syntax, and now we call it the new trend in syntax. And it is telling you an advanced structure of the GB of the transformer generative grammar, because National Open University actually works with hello, somebody trying to say something. So National Open University actually operates the what do you call it now? The transformation generative grammar. That is what National Open University operates. So just because we have different ones, we actually have about 2 major traditions that are now available. And that is the systemic functional grammar by Halliday and also the transformation generative grammar by Noam Chomsky. So now the National Open University actually is using the Noam Chomsky tradition, which is the transformation generative grammar. So just know the tradition, because when you go to university, every university has their own tradition, and you need to know that. But like I did in my PhD thesis, it doesn't mean they are at variance, or they are so totally parallel that can never meet. And this is what I actually try to prove in my own thesis. And I just said that yes, the two of them, there are things they can actually learn to each other, and that's why they are grammars, they are syntax, they are syntactic theories. So let us just understand that we are not working explicitly like in UI, where I went to school. We are actually operating the Chomsky tradition of systemic, transformational generative grammar. But when you go to Obafemi Awolowo University, they actually are operating the systemic tradition of Halliday. But it doesn't mean that we are at variance or there's a quarrel or something like that. No, it's just the different perspective towards the same goal. So let us understand that. So we have actually tried to build on that. So we have 4 modules in this course. Now we'll see how we can go through all of them within the same period. Wow. Sorry, please. I don't know how my phone decided to be. So we are going to, please, I'm in a class now. Call back in an hour's time. So we are going to see how we are going to do this, so that we are going to go through the 4 modules. We'll see how we can go through all of them through this short period. That anyway, this semester, anyway, I don't know how we are going to do it with all this lockdown and everything, but we'll do all we can. And that's why I decided that I think we are going to be doing a lot more. If you read in the virtual class, I still put it there. We don't teach essentially in National Open University. What we do is we facilitate. But then, I also look at it that because this particular course I'll be giving some of you horrors, I'm going to see how we're going to blend, so that we do some teaching, and then we'll try to do a lot of practical things. And I hope next week I can actually get to the board and we are going to practice many of these things. So we will do a lot of things and see how to go about and accommodate everybody practically. So let us just see that that's what we are going to do. So let us look at the course. I have the general overview of the course. Now in this course, we are going to look at some things. Now we have the course aims, we have the course materials. Then we are also going to break down into the, when you look at the overview of the course, now the course aims are, what is the purpose of this course? What are we trying to achieve with this course? What is the focus? Where are we going? So this one, it is very important that you understand that we are going to bring all these things into realization, into. So the course aims are going to be the focus, what we hope to achieve at the end of the day. So it is important that we all know that, and you can find that in your course material. I want to assume you have your course material. Is that correct? You have your course materials? You don't have? Okay, if you don't have physical ones, which actually will be strange to me. If you don't have physical ones, you should have the one online. How many of you have one online? Please raise your hand if you have the one online. Online. Okay. So you have the ones online. So when you look at it, you will see I think there should be, oh, I don't know, this one, I'm not seeing the course, I'm not seeing the course, I don't know, maybe this process has been changed now, but you can see the course aims there to identify the various minimal modifications to the original formulation of transformative generative grammar. That is the part of the aim we have, so that you are able to identify them. But not only identify them, you should be able to now see how they work, and also be able to determine their strengths and weaknesses. But beyond that, you should be able to also use them to analyze. You should be able to use them to analyze. Yeah, that's a critical aspect of the purpose of the course. But you should be able to use them to analyze. Somebody's mic is open, please, your mic should be closed. Now, your course materials, please. You are to have your course material, whether you are having it in the e-form or you are having it in the hard copy, whichever way, you should have your course materials. Because whatever I'm teaching you, apart from the further reading, is going to be from here. So, and the way you can cooperate with me is also to read ahead. And that's why I set the class ahead, so that you can actually also read ahead. I hope you are already in the virtual class. Am I correct? I am expecting you already in this virtual class. So then we are also going to look at the study units. Now, each of the units, we are going to look at them in depth, and that's where we are actually going to see the content of the course. We'll be looking at the content of the course and looking at each one. Now, let me talk about the text and references. It's very important that you read beyond the class. Don't let us be like that student that only come and listen to what your teacher has to say. Please, in this class, you are, what do I call it now? You are expected to also practice. You are expected to read beyond the class. Now, why this is important is this. It's not just because of having a degree. Yeah, you can have a certificate and you go away. But it is also important that you are able to, anywhere you go, maybe you decide to go further, you should be able to operate without being limited to this place. We are giving you guidance here. There is so much about this course that you need to know. And you cannot say only just one book that you read is what will give you everything. So anyway, I know some of you may say, oh, no, my plan is after I have this degree just to go and marry. Good. But then after some time you marry, you now remember that, oh, I have a degree and my degree class is good. Let me go and go further. But if you are limited yourself, you see that you have to now start doing all the readings there. So, but if you have already read, it prepares you. It opens your mind. And that is why it is very important. Now, understand that they are not men there to decorate there. I don't know about other people, but I know the work I am involved in. I'll make sure that it is see that I use. We don't do padding. We make sure that what is used is what, where the materials are gotten from, is what is put inside the course material. So it is very important. I think also some of these things were written when I was the head of the department, but I'm sure even the president of the department and everybody that I've headed after me will actually be scholars that actually recognize that. Now your tutor marked assignment, nowadays, we see it is E, so you have to please take note of that. And then you also, of course, the final exam and grading. Now that one, nobody tells you anything. You know that when you take your exam, it's very important that you take your exam, because that's the only way you can get something that is what is it called now? So let's look at, okay, I didn't even remember I put the course aims here. So we will look generally at this, but we are going to be working with the course objectives or learning outcomes. So this is what we are going to be working with as we are going through this course, because it's important we send all these ground rules so that we'll be able to know. Yeah, generally we are going to be looking at the overview of the multi programs. We are going to see in the unit 1. We are going to see that at unit 1. But then what helps you is that when you see now that each unit, what is it going to give me? So that one is very important. Each unit, what am I going to gain from each unit? So it is very important that you be able to follow that as we go along. Then we also want to see that you're able to apply this syntactic analysis in your operations. Now, let me see now that the breakdown. I also try to bring before you the breakdown of the course per week. If, like the kind of student we have as the ODS students, I think it makes sense that we try to operate this. Let's look at the breakdown now. We don't have the luxury of this, like I told you, the system we have that we're supposed to have 8-week facilitation, and we could not start until today. But like I was trying to tell them, except we agree here, we can have extra classes beyond now. But me, I have no problem about that. I haven't told them I was going to do every day. That's saying no. I should be doing it per week the way it was originally designed. But we don't know when the lockdown will be over. So we can actually continue. But no matter what, we can decide in the class as class members and say, okay, this is where we want to do our own. I have no problem about that. I will be here for you. So now let's look at this. The breakdown of this, you see, according to the units, we are able to break it down to weeks. Now you can organize your reading in such a way that you make sure that every week you master a particular section. I know you have many courses, but I doubt if there are so many like you that will be beyond your capacity to cope with. I doubt if many of you are doing up to 8 courses. Is there anybody that is doing up to 8 courses there? Is there anybody that is doing up to 8 courses?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay, it is well. So you have to take 1 week, 1 course per day. Okay, no problem. We'll see what we can do. Now, but what I'm trying to say is this, that try and see how you can spread your reading so that you can actually accommodate this. Then in the discussion forum, you can raise whatever you think you find confusing. And your mic is open. Your mic should be muted.
All right.
Yeah, it should be muted. Yes, I will let you talk when you indicate you want to talk. I will let you talk. So like I was saying now each of these particular what do you call it now? The breakdown now, you should be able to, like, if we start here now, looking at the overview of the operations and all of that, then you should be able to look at each of these courses and the module and see how you can break it down to make it easy for you to follow. And that is very important for you to be able to read and have value for your reading. Let me put it like that. Now let's also look at the important terms and conventions that you need to master. If you have been doing syntax, you should know some of these things, but then I will not make that assumption as I start. Now we look at these terms in the course of doing this course, and we are going to apply some of them. Don't forget that these terms you come across in your modules. As you are doing each of your modules, you come across this. So let's look at these basic ones. Now, when you talk of TGG, that is transformational generative grammar. And like I said, these are things you should have done in your 200 level. But I am not making the assumption. We are talking about, when you talk a transformational generative grammar, now this is a type of grammar. It's a type of grammar, the tradition from which this particular grammar we are going to study in this course came from. So that is the overall name. Now, we also have what's called GB syntax, and that is government and binding. Now, this is the preceding version of the transformational generative grammar. Now, let me tell you, we have the phrase structure, where we started from when you look at aspects of the theory of syntax, 1963. That was when the theory of phrase structure was actually developed or presented by Chomsky. Then we have, of course, when you look at this thesis that I published in 1957, I call syntactic structure, but most time we see the definition or refinement of TGG being from aspects of theory of syntax, 1966 and 1963 now. Now, between then and now, there are other ones. You have the extended theory, then you have the reserved or revolved, or I can't remember now the R again now, of extended syntactic theory. Of course, that one was used to be called standard theory. That aspects were used to be called standard theory. So by the 1970s, we have the extended theory. By late 1970s, we have the REST, that's revised extended theory. But by 1981, GB syntax was created, which is called government and binding. And another name for that is principles and parameters theory. So when you don't call it GB syntax or government and binding theory, you call it principles and parameters theory. And these are all evolutions of the same transformational generative grammar. And then where we are now is what we call the minimalist program. Now the minimalist program grew out of the GB syntax, and it's a kind of total revolution. It's a kind of total revolution. If you actually did your GB syntax in your 222, then you should see that this is a total different ball game. So that's what you have here in the minimalist program. And that's what we are going to be doing now. I will like you to read your course material, like I said, so that you can ask questions when we come to class. But then I always give a bad notice in the forum class, in the announcement session, of what and what we are going to do. So there are a few of most basic ones that you may need to know. Then we, of course, as time goes on, as we go on in the course, you will begin to get familiar with the other ones that we are going to be talking about. So now let us look at, okay, let me say, so far, before I go into Module 1 now, do we have any question? If you have a question, please mute your mic and let me hear you. If you have a question, what we have said so far, mute your mic and let me hear you. Anybody? Do you have anyone that will have a question?
Okay, good evening now.
Okay, good evening. That's how you're
Yes, now.
Okay.
So far, from what you said this evening, I don't think I have any questions.
Okay, thank you very much. So I can go on. That's good. I like bright students. Okay, so let's go on. Okay, so what we are going to be doing now, we are going to do the first module, which is innovations in minimalist program. That's what we are going to be looking at first here. Now we are going to be what do you call it now? Looking at the differences in GB syntax and the minimalist program. I want us to look at the. I hope you can see all the screen because mine, you people have covered half of mine. I hope you people are seeing everything. You are seeing all the. You are seeing the whole what do you call it now? You are seeing all the.
ENG5.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
screen,
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Yes, we are seeing.
Okay, good, because you guys cover half of mine. Okay, now so many things are added to MP that were not in GB syntax. That is the first thing. Like I told you guys, is a kind of total revolution from what we are familiar with. Anyway, I must say that when you actually look at also GB syntax, it's a kind of total revolution from the standard theory that we learned as undergraduates. By the time we went back to continue this grammar, what we were confronted with is totally different. But minimalist program even now was even a lot more unlike. What are you saying? How can my meeting be ending soon? This is interesting. I'm supposed to be using the university Zoom now. Why will it be telling me? I don't know, guys. It's telling me I have 10 minutes, so I don't understand that too. But this meeting was set up with the university system. I think you joined with that. I don't know what the issue is, but I will continue, then we'll get around to that when we get there. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know. But okay, so let me just see if I can finish before then well and good. I'll find out what the issue is. So many things were added to the MP that were not in the GB syntax. Then other things that were also removed, and such things like that were redundant, so they were also removed from the.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, I hate to interrupt. But please, before you go, probably we'll schedule when.
I schedule what? You said that I should schedule what? Somebody was saying something. Hello?
A meeting date, yes, ma'am. I can hear you, ma.
Okay, you said you want us to schedule one meeting date?
Yes, a meeting date, since they are trying to cut us off so short.
Okay. No, maybe I can redo another, but I wouldn't know because this is strange. It's not supposed to be. I think
Okay.
I complained to them that my account is showing basic now. They told me it's because maybe I was doing it from outside the university this thing, but now this one was I set up this meeting from inside the university system. So I wouldn't know why I should be having this problem. And I don't know, the guy that was supposed to be the guy attending to me is not here. He's supposed to be at this meeting, so I don't know why he's not here. But I'm trying to see if I can still get inside the system and get this one done. So, but let's just continue and see. There's another way around it, but I'm just trying to see if I can, as I'm trying to do this, also trying to see if I can get inside the Zoom. Okay. There's something else I can do. Sorry, please. Let me also try and get inside the mood package as we are going on. Well. Okay, I've seen it. Okay, it's not responding. Please let me just continue. Let me just finish this. Then I will. Probably what I'll just do is to just continue this another time. So let me quickly see if I can quickly finish this. But I'm just trying to get it, and I'm not getting into it.
Okay, ma, I think, sorry to interrupt. Usually, sometimes if you're on basic package, it lasts for just 40 minutes.
Yes, I
so,
know.
I think
meeting from inside the university package. So that way I don't know. I complained about that my account is now showing basic. They told me maybe because I was working from outside. I said yes. I used my account also outside, but then I set up this meeting from inside. So I wouldn't know why I'm having this problem. But I'm just trying to see again if I could find a way of connecting from inside the university package, then we can continue. So
all right, ma, no problem.
Okay. What I'm trying to do that here. I'm trying to do that with my iPad so that maybe we just move there. I have problem with screen sharing with my iPad. That's also actually why I'm trying to use the computer. Maybe what I should have done is to have actually gone inside the. Okay. Wow, what do I do now? I don't know how I'm going to do. Is you guys are okay, let me see. What am I going to do? Am I going to do? I've joined from my iPad, but it's echoing. Okay, so let me stop sharing from here and start sharing from my iPad. Is that okay? Okay, so let me connect from here. This is the problem. This is why I don't like using the iPad to share. Okay, let me try and connect from here. I don't know. This thing is just. Sorry, please. Let me just hand off this meeting, and I'm not. Wow. Let me see how I can just quickly round up, and it's not allowing me to do this thing here. Okay, so like I was just saying that there are some things that were just in the old system that are not in this new system, and there's also the restructuring of some of the elements. So The structure that we actually have is what we have graphically below. So now if you look at the GB syntax framework, you see the PS rules and lexicon, then the D structure and their structure. Now that used to be the framework. Of course, this is totally different from even what we have with the phrase structure grammar. Now, when you look at them side by side, what is the difference between these two now? Now you can see that here, the PS rules have been removed from the GB syntax framework, but we are having it only lexicon remaining. And then you now have numeration and spell out instead of this structure and S structure. Now but you see what is maintained is that, so what you have now is that what is in the middle of the two, that is what you have that is changed. So when you want to compare the two of them, you now see that one has something that the other one does not have. And then it is in the intervening variable of between lexicon and the PF and LF. Now, PF is the phonetic form, while the LF is the logical form. That this one is maintained. What you just have is that now at the point of numeration, the items, the elements that are going to form the structure you're actually working on is the one that is